Listening to a little NoFX this morning while I'm thinking about boundaries. That song Linoleum, I love. So, I wanted to talk about three boundary styles today. And it is the extremes on both sides, and then there's a healthy version in the middle. And this is something I've been practicing a lot by myself. So, thought maybe it would be helpful to you guys. Sometimes when we leave organizations, me growing up in Scientology, other people who have grown up in other high demand organizations or religions have had a hard time with boundaries. And I learned this when I went on a second gen retreat through the International Cultic Studies Association. And I did a retreat with a bunch of people from different backgrounds. And I realized it wasn't just me. I'm not special. I mean, maybe we are, we're each special, but it affects a lot of people, these boundaries issues. And everybody comes from different backgrounds, and we all have a different amalgamation of all of these styles. So I wanted to share with you something that I've worked with other people on, and that has to do with boundaries. These right here are rigid boundaries, these are healthy boundaries, and these are porous boundaries. So typically, when we leave a high demand organization, we're going to have porous boundaries. Then we might swing all the way over to rigid boundaries and then come back right in the middle to healthy boundaries. That has been what I have been practicing for the last 8 years. So I'm going to go ahead and read it down, and you guys just see if it applies to you. I don't know, leave a comment if it does. It's been an interesting, challenging time for me, and I'm interested in hearing how your journey with boundaries is going. So, with porous boundaries, one lets almost anyone get close to them, is overly trusting of others, even strangers, overshares personal information, has difficulty saying no to others. Oh, that's a hard one. Overly involved in others' problems, quick to adopt others' opinions. That's a challenge, right? Staying with our own opinions. Avoiding conflict by giving in to others. I'm very bad at that one. Very bad. Um, does not assert personal values and communicates passively. Now, on rigid boundaries, so this would be the polar opposite, right? If you think of a pendulum swing, sometimes people come out of the cult and end up, or high demand religion, organization, and they end up with really rigid boundaries. So keeps most people at a distance, very untrusting of others, very guarded with personal information, says no to others most of the time, detached from others' problems, tends to ignore others' opinions, avoids conflict by pushing others away, has inflexible personal values, and communicates aggressively. So, what I've been working my hardest on to be in that gray zone, to be neither white nor black, to be in the middle, that healthy boundary. Let's hear what that sounds like. Because this is a trip. I mean, to me, it was a trip the first time I read this. It was really, really helpful. Healthy boundaries, selective of whom to let in and whom to keep out. Takes time to build trust with others. Shares personal information appropriately. Able to say no when needed. Supports others without being too involved. Values both own and others' opinions. Accepts conflict as a normal part of life. I've been really working on that in therapy. It's been a real big challenge for me. Sometimes when we're raised in an organization like Scientology, we were taught to just always make it go right, always make it go right. That's not really healthy. Accept conflict, accept those things that we cannot change. The serenity prayer, right? I don't know if any of you are in recovery, but I feel I'm in my own religious recovery, and accepting the things that I cannot change with grace has been the biggest challenge for me up through this point. Stands by personal values, but can adapt. Now, adaptation is a superpower. Superpower, you guys. Use it as your superpower. Remember, you can adapt to anything, but don't let it push you past the point where it's not your values anymore. And communicates assertively. So I did a video a couple days ago about assertive communication, and I'm working on it myself. So I think bringing y'all on this journey with me is going to be beneficial. So I might not be doing videos 10 times a day, but I am going to talk about some things that I've been working on. I love social work, you guys. I can't not social work. So here I am doing it. And hopefully you're on this journey with me. And feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me about your boundaries. Tell me about if there's any of these things that you've been working on that you feel are lacking or not. And let's move through this together. There's a lot of people out there who have boundary issues after Scientology. I sure did. And then I went to the total opposite. I won't let anybody in. I won't, if I don't know them, I won't let them in, right? It's got to be that middle ground where we can accept help when we need it. A nice stranger who's helping you with a flat tire, like, you're going to need to accept that help sometimes, you know, but maybe you don't want to tell them everything about everything right away. That would be oversharing. So these are things that I've been personally working on, and I work with clients on quite frequently. And these are lifesavers. So if anybody feels the same way, please leave a comment and let me know what's going on. I'd appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe. I have a little GoFundMe and a wish list since speaking up about Scientology, my life has changed dramatically. I didn't realize how dramatically it would change, but I appreciate all you guys' support. So there's links in here if anybody has a continued want to see videos like this on the social services side of growing up in a cult. You guys let me know. I'm happy to keep going. All right. Talk to you soon.